Favorite cartoon strip used to be Calvin and Hobbes. I love little Calvin. And one day Calvin is walking along and he looks down and there's a quarter on the ground and he grabs it and he jumps up and he runs around and he says, "I'm rich, I'm rich." And then he stops and he says, "Maybe there's more." And the next thing you know, he's down on the ground looking around. Isn't that such an indication of our society? Maybe there's more. We tend not to stop and be grateful for what we have. You're probably familiar, whatever your religion is, with the Lord's Prayer. And it says, "Give us this day our daily bread." Doesn't say anything about tomorrow's bread. It says, stop, pay attention, be grateful for what you have. I'm Joe Ty, CEO of Values Coach, and your coach for this course on the 12 Correction Values. And today we're going to cover the first cornerstone of faith, which is gratitude. Gratitude really is. If you see people who are very strong in their faith, they're going to be people who are grateful. You can be, at any one time, you can be grateful or you can be resentful, but not both. And it is a continuum. Where do you fall on that continuum? Let me say a couple things about the benefits of gratitude, because it really is an incredible antidote. First of all, gratitude is the antidote to fear. What is much fear, especially in our society? It is the fear of losing something or the fear of not getting something you want. The antidote is being grateful for what you already have. The antidote is being prospectively grateful on the assumption that you're going to get what you want, instead of being resentful or fearful that you're not. It is also the antidote to victimhood. I have mentioned in previous modules that I spend time with support groups. And you see people with these incredible problems like cancer. And the people who do the best, I think without exception, are the people who look for and find the blessings instead of playing the role of the martyr or the victim. Gratitude is the antidote to resentment, to fear, to victimhood. You can be grateful, you can be resentful, but not both. Now there's another important thing about gratitude, and that is it's the platform for hope. If you're grateful for what you have now, chances are you're going to have stronger hope for a better future. If you're resentful, if you feel like I don't have enough now or they're taking it away from me, then subconsciously, without even being aware of it perhaps, you are going to be projecting that current negativity out into your future. And Martin Seligman has shown through books like Learned Optimism that people who are optimistic, who are hopeful, are much more successful. And gratitude is the platform for that. Now, I spend a lot of time in airports and hotel rooms and places like that, and here's something I notice. The people who do the most complaining, the people who are the least grateful, tend also to be the ones who are never complimentary when something's done right. I was in an airport recently. Somebody left his bag on the airplane, and they couldn't find it. And he's yelling and screaming, "I know it's on the bag. I know it's on the plane." And they found it's this little yellow bag. It'd be easy to overlook in the overhead cabin. And they went back and they scoured the plane. They found it, brought it out to him. He grabbed it and walked off. Didn't say thank you. Now keep in mind, it was his fault. He left the bag there. That is an absolute lack of gratitude. That's taking other people for granted. That is not a show of faith. Now, I've mentioned this in the past, and I'm going to wrap up with this and ask you to think about it. Michael Crosby wrote this wonderful book, Thank God Ahead of Time. And what he is saying is that when bad things happen to you, say thank you. Be grateful, even for the difficult times, because someday you're going to look back and say it was the best thing that ever could have happened. So what's going on in your life right now that you're not happy with, and how can you say, "Okay, thank you. I don't know why yet, but I'll figure it out." You work on it. You be grateful for that problem. You will figure it out. You will look back and someday say it was the best thing that ever could have happened. See you next time.